Imagine standing in a place where the air is so thick and humid you can almost taste the salt and the ferns. The ground beneath your feet isn't just dirt, it's a vibrating stage for the greatest showdown in the history of our planet. For millions of years, we've told stories of monsters, but 67 million years ago, those monsters were very, very real. Today, we aren't just looking at old bones in a museum. We are stepping back to a specific afternoon in a place we now call Montana. This is the story of the Duel of the Ditch, a moment in time frozen in stone, where the ultimate predator and the ultimate defender met in a fight that neither would walk away from. To understand this battle, you have to understand the world they lived in. This wasn't a dry, dusty desert. It was a lush, green world of giant trees and winding rivers. The air was filled with the sound of strange birds and the buzzing of insects the size of your hand. But the loudest thing in this forest was the silence that happened right before a kill. In the shadows of the tall trees, something massive is moving. It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. This isn't the movie version that roars at everything it sees. This is a smart, calculated hunter. It weighs as much as a school bus and stands 40 feet long from nose to tail. Every muscle in its body is built for one thing: the power to crush. Its head is a massive block of bone and muscle, housing teeth the size of bananas, jagged and sharp, designed to snap through the thickest prehistoric hide. The Rex moves with a strange, bird-like grace, its heavy tail balancing its weight as it sniffs the air. It's hungry. But today, the Rex has spotted something that isn't going to run away easily. Grazing near a muddy riverbank is a Triceratops. If the T-Rex is the ultimate weapon, the Triceratops is the ultimate shield. Imagine a rhinoceros, but 3 times the size and 10 times as grumpy. It's a 12-ton tank of bone and muscle. Its face is dominated by 3 massive horns. 2 long ones over its eyes that could pierce through a car, and a shorter one on its nose. Protecting its neck is a giant, bony frill that looks like a royal crown but acts like a bulletproof vest. This Triceratops isn't a peaceful cow, it's a fighter. It spent its whole life defending itself against things that want to eat it. It knows the Rex is there long before the predator makes a move. The air turns cold as the 2 giants lock eyes. The T-Rex knows it needs a perfect strike. If it can get its jaws around the Triceratops' neck, it's over in seconds. But the Triceratops knows that if it can keep its head pointed at the Rex, those 3-foot horns will keep the predator at bay. The standoff lasts for what feels like an eternity. The only sound is the heavy, wet breathing of 2 titans. Then the Rex moves. It's an explosion of power. The ground thumps as the T-Rex lunges forward, trying to circle around to the side. The Triceratops reacts instantly, pivoting its massive body on its thick legs. It stays front and center, its horns lowered like spears. The Rex tries a feint, snapping its jaws in the air to scare the defender into turning. But the Triceratops doesn't flinch. It bellows a deep, vibrating roar that echoes through the trees and charges. It's not a fast run, but it's an unstoppable force. The Rex has to scramble back, its huge claws digging into the soft mud to keep from falling. The battle has begun. The T-Rex finds a gap. As the Triceratops lunges, the Rex ducks and snaps its jaws down on the edge of the Triceratops' bony frill. You can hear the sound of bone cracking like a dry log snapping in half. The Triceratops screams in pain, but it doesn't give up. It uses its massive weight to shove upward, driving its brow horns into the Rex's chest. This is where the fight turns from a hunt into a tragedy. The Rex's teeth are buried deep in the Triceratops' head, but the Triceratops' horns have found their mark. One horn slides deep into the Rex's soft underbelly, while the other scrapes against its ribs, snapping the predator's bones like toothpicks. Both animals are locked together. The Rex can't let go without losing its balance, and the Triceratops can't pull back without being bitten again. They are a mess of blood, mud, and fury. They struggle in the dirt, kicking up clouds of dust and tearing through the ferns. The Rex is losing blood fast from its chest, and the Triceratops is suffering from a crushed skull and a broken frill. They tumble down a steep embankment into a muddy ditch. The Rex is on its side now, its powerful legs kicking uselessly at the air. The Triceratops is slumped over it, its weight pinning the predator down. Neither can get up. They are exhausted, broken, and dying. But the world doesn't stop for them. In this moment of weakness, nature takes over. Perhaps it was a sudden flash flood from a nearby river, or maybe the very edge of the ditch collapsed under their combined weight of 20 tons. A massive wave of wet sand and mud rushes over them. It fills their mouths, covers their eyes, and seals them in a tomb while they are still locked in their final embrace. For 67 million years, they stayed there. The world changed above them. Mountains rose, oceans moved, and humans eventually appeared. Then, in 2006, a fossil hunter in Montana looked at a hillside and saw a piece of bone sticking out. As researchers carefully brushed away the dirt, they didn't just find one dinosaur. They found two. They found the dueling dinosaurs. The skeletons are almost perfectly preserved, still positioned exactly how they died. You can see the Rex's teeth actually embedded in the Triceratops' spine. You can see the Triceratops' horns right where they would have punctured the Rex. It is a snapshot of the most violent moment in their lives, frozen forever. When we look at these fossils, we aren't just looking at rocks. We are looking at a story of survival. We see the bravery of the Triceratops and the ferocity of the Rex. We see that in the prehistoric world, there were no easy victories. Every meal was a life-or-death gamble. This duel of the ditch reminds us that millions of years ago, the Earth was a place of incredible drama and power. These two giants didn't die of old age or sickness. They died fighting for their place in a world that was as beautiful as it was dangerous. They are still there, locked in that ditch, teaching us about a time when monsters ruled the world. It's a reminder that even the strongest can fall, and that sometimes history is written in the mud of a long-forgotten riverbank. Think about that the next time you look at a quiet forest or a muddy field. Beneath the surface, there might be a story of a battle so big it changed the way we see the world. The Rex and the Triceratops are gone, but their final fight lives on, telling us exactly what it was like to live and die in the Age of Dragons. Their struggle is over, but our wonder at their story is just beginning. Every bone tells a tale, and this one is a masterpiece of prehistoric war.